Browsed https://www.thenews.com.pk/latest/1352645-kristen-bell-reacts-to-tone-deaf-with-husband-dax-Shepard. Browsed https://www.thenews.com.pk/latest/1352640-jennifer-aniston-admits-she-never-attended-met-gala-hayrace-y. Browsed https://www.thenews.com.pk/latest/1352637-trump-shuts-down-diddies-commutation-request-leak-by-white-house-insider. Rewritten Article 1. Jennifer Aniston's candid revelation on passing up a Saturday Night Live opportunity. Jennifer Aniston, the timeless icon whose portrayal of Rachel Green on Friends catapulted her into the pantheon of television royalty, has peeled back the layers of a pivotal career crossroads in a deeply personal podcast appearance. With her signature blend of vulnerability and wry humor, the 56-year-old actress delved into the reasons behind her decision to turn down an invitation to join the cast of Saturday Night Live, a rite of passage that has launched countless comedic talents into stardom. This revelation, shared during an episode of Dax Shepard's Armchair Expert podcast, arrives at a moment when Aniston is reflecting on her journey through Hollywood's highs and lows, offering fans a glimpse into the self-doubt and principled stands that have shaped her path. The conversation, which meandered from light-hearted anecdotes to profound introspection, began innocently enough when Shepard posed the question about the long-rumored SNL overture. Aniston's response was immediate and telling, a simple nod followed by the admission, "I always thought I am not meant for it." There's a quiet conviction in those words, a self-awareness that cuts through the glamour of her resume, blockbuster films like Murder Mystery, dramatic turns in the morning show, and enduring comedic chops from horrible bosses. For Aniston, who rose to fame in the structured world of sitcom storytelling, the chaotic, improvisational energy of SNL felt like an ill-fitting garment, no matter how glittering the label. As she unpacked the memory, Aniston's narrative took on a hazy, almost dreamlike quality, underscoring the fog of time and ambition that often clouds pivotal moments. "The story of all that is very confusing, honestly," she confessed, her voice carrying the weight of retrospection. "Today, I would have to ask Lorne because I remember I was in New York City." Lorne Michaels, the enigmatic producer whose vision has steered SNL through 5 decades of cultural turbulence, looms large here as the gatekeeper of comedy's inner sanctum. Aniston's recollection places her in the bustling heart of Manhattan, perhaps amid auditions or meetings that buzzed with potential, when the offer landed. Yet, instead of seizing it as a launch pad, she hesitated, her instincts whispering that this wasn't her arena. That hesitation, she elaborated, was laced with a self-righteous attitude, born from concerns about the show's environment, particularly for women. "I don't know why I had this self-righteous attitude, like if women are treated the way they should be treated on this show," Aniston reflected, her tone a mix of bemusement and lingering resolve. This wasn't mere sour grapes, it was a pointed critique of SNL's storied history as a very male-dominated show, where sketches often veered into territory that prioritized shock over sensitivity. Aniston evoked the golden era of Gilda Radner, the trailblazing comedian whose multifaceted characters, from the unflinching Roseanne Roseannadanna to the poignant Baba Wawa, embodied a fearless femininity that Aniston admired deeply. "I would love to be here if it was like in the Gilda Radner days," she mused, painting a vision of a stage where women's voices weren't just heard but amplified without the undercurrent of objectification or uneven opportunity. Radner's legacy, after all, is one of unbridled creativity amid adversity. She battled cancer while revolutionizing sketch comedy, leaving an indelible mark that Aniston clearly reveres. Yet Aniston's reluctance speaks to the evolution, or lack thereof, in SNL's culture. Reports from alumni like Tina Fey and Amy Poehler highlight progress, with more female head writers and diverse casts in recent seasons, but echoes of the past persist, from cast members' accounts of grueling hours to the occasional sketch that lands as tone-deaf in today's lens. For Aniston, standing at the precipice in the early 90s, the calculus was clear. Her comedic strengths lay in relatable nuance, not the high-wire act of live satire. Choosing Friends instead, a groundbreaking ensemble where she could hone her timing and scripted warmth, proved prescient, birthing a decade-defining role that made her a household name without the SNL pressure cooker. The podcast's broader canvas allowed Aniston to weave this professional pivot into a tapestry of personal reckoning. Transitioning seamlessly, she opened up about the infertility struggles that shadowed her marriages to Brad Pitt and Justin Theroux, trials exacerbated by relentless tabloid scrutiny. Headlines branding her childless by choice stung like salt in wounds she kept private, fueling a narrative that painted her as aloof or unfulfilled. The Horrible Bosses actress mentioned that she has made peace with not having children. The discussion revealed, her words a quiet triumph over societal edicts. Infertility, she explained, isn't a failure but a facet of life's unpredictability, one that reshapes priorities without diminishing worth. It's so peaceful, Aniston shared, the serenity in her voice a hard-won bomb. But I will say, well, there's a point where it's like, it's out of my control. There's literally nothing I can do about it. This admission resonates profoundly in an era where fertility conversations are destigmatized yet still whispered. Aniston's candor normalizes the grief of dashed dreams, invasive questions, the quiet ache of what-ifs, while celebrating the peace that follows acceptance. It's a theme echoed in her wellness advocacy, from her post-50 fitness routines to her unapologetic embrace of aging, challenging Hollywood's youth-obsessed metrics. Reflecting on SNL's rejection through this lens adds layers. Perhaps it was an early act of boundary setting, a refusal to contort for a space that didn't fully see her. Aniston's career trajectory validates that choice. Emmys, box office billions, a producing empire via Echo Films that spotlights female stories. Yet the what-if lingers tantalizingly. Imagine Aniston in Studio 8H, her Rachel-esque quirkiness skewering celebrity culture, or a deadpan take on rom-com tropes that flips the script on her typecasting. Fans speculate in online forums, photoshopping her into cold opens, but Aniston seems content in her lane, grateful for the fork that led to Friends phenomenon. That serendipity, she noted, overshadowed the SNL saga, details blurred as opportunity knocked elsewhere. New York, with its frenetic pulse, became a backdrop not for late-night laughs but for the serendipitous path to Rachel's haircut and Central Perk camaraderie. In sharing this, Aniston demystifies stardom, portraying it as a mosaic of gut feelings and graceful numbers. For aspiring performers, it's a masterclass. Trust your misalignment, honor your values even when the spotlight beckons brightest. As the morning show barrels toward new seasons, tackling power dynamics that mirror SNL's own reckonings, Aniston's reflections feel timely. She's not just reminiscing, she's recontextualizing,